Hi YouTube. I just wanted to make a quick video, just sort of like a quick update just to tell you guys kind of how things are going, more of like the story of what ended up happening and how she was born. So as you guys had seen, I tried to do like labor attempts, and I was looking forward to really having this little beautiful baby, and I really wanted her to come, but she wasn't coming. So after the video that I had made, which is the last one, I went to my appointment on the Monday, which was March 14th, and she was supposed to be born that day, so I was supposed to be going into labor. Didn't end up happening. My doctor said that I was very closed and she was not planning on coming out, and so we kind of put it on the table like, we'll see what's happening, or more of the like, maybe do a C-section, I don't know. He didn't really want to do a C-section, so we were kind of just like, go home and figure it out. So we did. We went home, and I was going kind of back and forth, and you know, I was like, babe, like, what do I do? You know, I'm looking up like inductions and C-sections, and he's like, hey, I'm not having this baby, you are. Like, however she comes out, that's how you decide, you know. And so I buckled down, and I was like, sat there, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna have a C-section. So I called the doctor's office that night, and I was like, hey, you know, do you guys have any appointments for this week, you know, to do a C-section? Because he was going to be out. My doctor was going to be out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, well, I ain't feeling to have this baby, like, while you're gone. So, and you run high risks kind of keeping her in for longer than 40 weeks, seeing as she already has complications. So they go, you know, we'll call you back. So-and-so, all right. So they call me back the next day, and I'm on my 3-mile walk, and they call me and ask me if I've had anything to eat or whatever, and I was like, yes. And they go, well, don't eat anything for the rest of the day, because you're gonna have a baby at 4:30. We're gonna schedule you. And I was like, what? All right, sweet deal, I'm having a baby today. So I call my husband, and I tell him, hey babe, we're having our baby today. And he goes, well, I'm coming home. And I'm like, all right. So I get home, I eat my trail mix just because I needed to get something in. I'm pregnant, you know, like, come on, I'm freaking hungry. I eat, I drink, and then go take a shower. I'm starting to get ready, starting to get all these things ready, and I have to look up like on Pinterest and on the internet, like, what do I do for a C-section? Because I have no clue. I'm over here like, I wasn't planning on this. So scare myself half to death, because all these things, all these women are like, this goes wrong and that goes wrong, and I'm like, oh my god. So I go to Target, get the rest of the stuff. I should probably make a video on that, because it's pretty cool to see like what you really need and what you don't need, and what you end up using and what you don't. Anyways, besides the fact, he comes home, and it's hot. I mean, it is hot that day, and I just remember just being hot. And so we turn on the AC, and we're sitting here, and I'm packed, I'm ready to go, and it's like 1:30, and we're still watching YouTube. Like, we end up hanging out like in our computer area, and we're watching YouTube, and I'm like, we kind of look at each other, and I'm just like, I'm hungry, I'm bored, like, I can't do this. Like, I'm so anxious to have a baby, you know. Like, I'm like, oh my god, like, she's gonna be here. We look at each other, and I'm like, dude, we're about to have a baby. Like, she's gonna be here like tonight. Like, it's not gonna be another normal night. Crazy. So we end up coming up with a plan to go to the mall, walk to the mall. I'm like 40 weeks pregnant. I'm just gonna keep telling you that, because 40 weeks pregnant, walking the mall, like, hot. Oh no. And I'm hungry. All right, I'm like at my brim, you know, like, I'm ready to have this baby like now. So we go and we feed him because he's hungry, and we figured, you know, he needed to eat so that he could be there for me and make sure that I was good to go and didn't pass out or anything. And so we walk in the mall, and it's like 3, I think it was like 3 or not even 3:30. We decide, all right, we're just gonna walk over to the hospital. So we did. We walked from the mall to our car, got our stuff, and went to the hospital. And waiting in the lobby, I'm hot. It's hot, very hot. Don't know why it was so freaking hot that day, but whatever. So sitting in the lobby, my mother-in-law gets there. I'm like, awesome, you're here, like thank you. So she helps us out with our bags, and all 3 of us go up to labor and delivery. Well, first it's like pre-op almost, I believe, and they're starting to get us all set up, and I'm just like, this is really happening. You can't back out. Like, there's no backing out now. Like, it's for sure, it's happening. Like, there is no such thing as being like, just kidding, I don't want this, like unschedule, goodbye. Doesn't work that way. So I get in the room, and it tells you an address, and then you start your IV status, and then you have to go and do all these questions, and it's extensive. And so RJ's sitting there, it's just me and him, and my mother-in-law leaves to go to downstairs to see my mom and my stepdad, and I don't know what happened after that, but I was just like, at that point I was already like, oh my god. Like, I look at RJ and I'm still in astonishment, you know. And so the time comes, they tell him to go get dressed, and I'm walking into the OR, and I meet the anesthesiologist and the 2 nurses that are in there to kind of prep me, and sit on the table, and we start talking about all my tattoos and how much of a mistake they are. And he goes, I mean, we were just joking around, and so this is kind of how the feeling starts. Like, you just start joking around, and I get my shot, and I kind of like wince, you know. I'm like, whoa, like, didn't expect that. And you kind of feel it almost immediately. Even for me, I felt it. Got me, you know, laying down. By the time I was already, like, my legs were starting to get up, I was like, oh shit, like, my legs are going numb. Like, I've never been through this, so I don't know what's happening, you know. And I laid down, and we're just still talking about, you know, his kids and this, and we're talking all kinds of fun. And by this time I'm like, hey dude, like, am I fully numb before they start? Like, I don't want to feel this, you know. Like, I'm not looking to feel like this. So, you know, he's like, yeah dude, like, you're good to go. And so I'm like, all right. My doctor comes in, he's like, you ready to have a baby? And I'm like, do I got a choice? No. My husband comes in, you know, everybody's in, and we have Chalk team there, we have St. Joseph team there, and we're getting down to business. They start, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be fun. They're like, we're in, and next thing, it was like snap of a finger. It felt like it was just like boom, 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 baby out, like screaming, and I'm just like, this is so cool. And I'm just like, tears falling down my eyes without even knowing, like, not my eyes, my face. And I'm looking at my husband, he's my focal point, and I'm just like, she's here, like, oh my god, you know. And I'm looking up, and I'm like, she's the most beautiful baby in the world. Like, of course you're supposed to say that because it's your kid, but legit, like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like getting chills telling this story right now. Chalk takes her and is doing all the baby business, like the shot, and I don't even know, because I'm like, oh, I can't see, you know. And they were about to take her, and RJ goes, hey, like, can I get a picture with her? Like, can they, mom, and, you know, like, can I actually touch my baby? And so they put her on my cheek, and she stops crying for that one moment, and I'll never forget this moment. Like, this is the best moment of my life besides getting married. And she could have stayed there, put it that way. Like, I wish she could have stayed here, but she couldn't, because the whole heart situation was already starting, and I couldn't stay long. So got a picture, and she was out. I was sitting there, laying there, or whatever. My husband had to leave with her, and mind you, we already knew all of this was gonna happen. So it was kind of like we expected it. Did we like it happening? Definitely not. I mean, I was kind of a wreck in a way, and inside, like, I didn't show it. I just kind of like, let's get this done. Like, just be a boss, you know, just be your own boss. And so they leave. I'm still in the OR. We're just joking around in there because I'm like, I need to be funny. I need a funny situation happening. So we start joking around, and then by the time I'm into recovery, I'm kind of sitting there, and my mom comes in, and all that was awesome. And I'd say the next day, I mean, through that night, like, I'm on Dilaudid or whatever, morphine. I don't even know what they were giving me. I was feeling pretty all right. I was up all night, and then the next morning I was like, they go, you know, the goal is to stand and walk. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be walking. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, I pee, whatever, all this gross business. And I'm like, let's go see her. Like, I'm ready, let's go. And it was only like 6 in the morning. I got down there within a couple hours. I think they wheeled me down there around like 9:30. I don't even know. I was so like excited. Yeah, I held her for 4 hours, and she was in the NICU. She was under her meds, and she was beautiful. I mean, I'm gonna throw pictures in here. I'm just gonna show you like what the first day was like, and I hope you enjoy it. Well, yeah, but so that's how she came, and she immediately was diagnosed with truncus arteriosus and an interrupted aortic arch, and she also had a hole. So they ended up putting a conduit, fixed the hole, fixed the arch. That was a week after, and that's a whole nother video. But anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the pictures and the story. She's here, and it's been 2 months, almost 3 months, and I just want to thank you for all the love and support. Have a good day. Bye.